Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you Power Query, which is one of the feature that I really like and that is helping me almost every day to speed up my task. So let's go. I have prepared example file for you so you can see. This will be our audit plan. Let's imagine this is an export from any kind of softwares and your task is to regularly update and do analysis from this data. So we close the file. So how Power Query can help us with this task? First, what we need to do is to connect our file. So let's go to data, get the file or get data from file, from Excel workbook. In here, we will find our file and just import. Wait a little bit, and then you see this navigator. Here, we need to select our table or our sheet. In this case, we only have one, so it's pretty easy. And then we have some options here. We can load directly to our Excel file, which is very easy. You can hit this arrow and select load to, which will give you some other option. And you can select where do you want to place your data. But what we want is actually to transform our data. So I can explain you how this works. And now we are inside Power Query Editor, which is the part where people are usually getting scared. So please don't be scared, it's very easy. What you see is a simple editor. So we have our menu, we have our home tab, we have transform menu, we have add column menu, and we have view. Very simple. On the left side, you can see your queries. We have only one. In case that you do multiple queries, then you will see all of them in this left panel. Then you see your data in here. And on the right side, you can also see the name of your query and apply steps. Here, I want to explain you how Power Query is actually working. So you now are creating a connection to your file, right? So every time you hit a refresh button, these steps will be applied over and over and over again and again and again. So it's pretty important that these steps are the ones that you want to do every time with your file. As you can see, we already have few of them because we already did some steps. First one was source, which is basically a connection to our file. Then navigation, we selected which table we want to import. Then promoted headers, which means that we take the first row and did the headers from this row. And then we change type, which is basically in here, every column has a different type. We have numbers, we have dates, we have text. And that's the very basic of Power Query, what you can do. We only do one connection and we load the data. So you can go back to home menu, close and load, and your data will be loaded into your Excel file, as you can see. Now you have your data. It's immediately formatted as an Excel table. You can see it has also a name. Also the list is the same name as our file. And you have queries and connections, one query, and we can see 180 rows is loaded. Okay, so this we can close. And now we can do a very quick and fast analysis. So let's insert pivot table. We can do insert from range. We want to put it in existing worksheet. So let's put it right here. Okay. And I can do a very fast and very quick analysis right here. So I want to see my audit type. I want to see the status of the audit, and I want to see how many different audits I did. So instead of summary, I will do count here. So now I can see my 5S audits. I have 31 completed, 25 not performed, 4 is still planned. And the same for process audits, safety audit, and so on and so on. And that's it. That's my quick analysis right here. Now, the beauty of the Power Query is every time I upload my new file, all I need to do is click on my data, press the refresh all button, and everything will be automatically recounted and updated again. There is one thing I want you to be really aware of. When we run Power Queries and we refresh, you need to remember, if we go back to our query and we do edit, now we are back in Power Query Editor. Every time you hit your refresh button, all these steps will be applied again, right? So please make sure that you are not changing your source data. If you change your source data, if you put it in different folder, if you change the columns, or if you do anything with the structure of the data, then it will not work anymore. You need to adjust it again. Just keep this in mind. If you want to change your data, of course you can, but it's important that you need to adjust your Power Query in order to have the proper connection, to know where the source is, etc., etc. So we go back, close and load. We can close this one. This is our first connection, so it's very easy, very simple, no big data, nothing complicated. Next time I will show you how you can actually do more manipulation with the data and how you can modify the data in the process. So for now, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye bye.